You're finally awake. Those were the 3 words that sparked something larger than a game. It sparked a generation of gamers. Those 3 simple words can bring back nostalgia to millions of people, including myself. Those 3 simple words are the start to what many people think is the greatest game of all time. So hello everyone, my name is Shmenty, and this is my tribute to Skyrim. Before I get this started, I'd just like to announce that this channel actually has its own Discord. The link's in the description below. With that out of the way, thanks and enjoy the video. Skyrim is a game like many others, actually. No, it's not the only medieval game to exist. No, it's not the only RPG to exist. You see, Skyrim's the 5th installment in the Elder Scrolls series of games. And as a kid, I was infatuated with actually just survival games. From Minecraft to Ark Survival Evolved, they were the only games I really played. But there was a genre that always intrigued me, but never actually hooked me, until this game came out. I found out about open world games not too long after this game came out. I didn't play many games apart from my favorite couple, and wasn't allowed to play mature rated games at the time. But of all the open world games I've ever played, Skyrim is by far my favorite. It's one thing to make a massive map, but to have that map feel living and breathing and teeming full of life, that is a feat of game development. And I'll focus a bit more on that later. You see, Skyrim really only has 30 hours of gameplay for the main quest, on average. That number is astronomically lower than the average player's hours, however. And that's because of the world. The sheer amount of side quests, hidden places, Easter eggs, and so much more is completely ludicrous. The number of side quests I actually came up with was 273. 273 side quests, each with their own NPCs, each has their own rewards, fights, all of it. 273 brilliantly crafted encounters that bring the core aspect of this game into light. It is a role-playing game, and things like that build immersion. Skyrim is strictly single player. I think recently a large part of why certain RPGs aren't as great as they could be is this kind of forced mentality that we need to have multiplayer in every single game. I could see that as a valid point, but if I look back on my favorite games, quite a few are single player. You see, you start the game in captivity. You're about to be executed when a dragon attacks the village you're at. Eventually, you figure out you're something called Dragonborn, and an ancient prophecy foretold that you have to defeat Alduin, a dragon hellbent on taking over the world and destroying it as we know it. I won't focus much on the story after that, so you'll just have to experience it for yourself. You see, all the Elder Scrolls series before Skyrim were class-based, but Skyrim actually got rid of that. For the first time, you could truly be anything. Pair this up with a gorgeous character customization, and you can focus on character builds for hours upon end. There's combat, there's magic, and there's stealth. If you want to be a badass Nordic Viking swinging a battle axe into war, you can do that. If you want to be a cat that backstabs every single enemy, you can do that too. The list goes on and on, from archery to fire spells, from conjuring to daggers. You can truly be anyone and anything. And I think it's one of those things that makes this game so special. No game is without its bugs. If I were to do a side-by-side comparison of The Witcher 3 and Skyrim, chances are that I'd actually say The Witcher is a better game. If we're focusing on graphics and gameplay, it's more polished, there's no admitting that. So why do I enjoy Skyrim so much more? Well, it's about owning the bugs that the game has. One of the most influential bugs in gaming today is the giant slam that sends you into space whenever you attack a giant. I don't think the devs actually meant for you to get sent into the stratosphere whenever you're hit into the ground, but now it's loved by all who play. So whenever I see a horse on a roof, headless people, and so many more, I don't think to myself, damn, the devs don't really care about this game. I think to myself, huh, that's funny and makes my experience just a little bit better. Skyrim is an experience like no other. Obviously, it's not going to be for everyone, but for most, I'd say you'll enjoy it. Skyrim is a game about choices, a game about anti-heroes, a game about pure heroes and those who kill for pleasure. You can be anything. If you want to stay quiet and be a law-abiding citizen, you can. But if you want to join a guild of assassins and kill for money, that's a completely valid, and may I add, fun, option. The sense of immersion mixed with the encounters you have is why I adore this game. If you want the true experience, pick a direction and start walking. Who knows, maybe you'll find a band of bandits. Maybe you'll find a cave with treasure. Maybe you'll run into some mammoths. It's all there. It's about freedom. There are few games that do this well, but all of them are incredible to me. I've always searched for Easter eggs in games, from shortcuts in Mario Kart Wii to every pet in Castle Crashers, but this game broke every boundary existing in my mind, for the sole purpose of my own enjoyment. This game takes me back to a time I wish I could re-experience. A time where I would finish school and hop into a different universe filled with elves and orcs, filled with dragons and dragonborns. This game provided an out to so many people, including myself. When I see the legendary Iron Helmet, when I hear "You're finally awake," or even when I hear jokes about what Bethesda's up to now, and when the next Skyrim remaster is coming out, I can't help but to reminisce on the times I used to have on this masterpiece. It's not far off of being the best game of all time, and I think it's one everyone should try in their life. Whether you love it for the soundtrack, whether you love it for the gameplay, whether you love it for the bugs, there's something in this game for everyone. Thank you all so much for watching this video. It's been difficult growing, but your comments and continued support make me want to keep pursuing this as long as I live. Check out the Discord in the description, and check out my other social medias. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.